everybody, welcome to Up at Noon. Today, Sucker Punch's Nate Fox zaps in to tell me all about Infamous First Light and why we need better female game characters. But first, Double Fine's Brad Meir joins a panel of IGN experts to talk about the new Ninja Turtles trailer, Call of Duty in Vietnam, and so much more. This is the news you care about. It's our panel of experts, Nick Scarpino, Brian Altano, and Brad Meir.
Hey, Brad Meir.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
You're a big-time game developer.
Thanks for grabbing me, too.
You like that?
It makes me
This
feel
is how we do it here.
makes me feel really at ease.
Second one of these panels we've ever done, and it also the other one started with us massaging each other as well.
We did.
So
we're a very touchy-feely crew here.
Everybody go.
I don't mind it if you
want
want
to. No, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, I went straight for your
get on it,
armpit.
too.
Is that weird? Is that a weird thing to go for?
Yeah.
Brad, you're working on a game called
Massive Chalice.
Massive Chalice.
Massive Chalice.
Is it out yet? What is going on with this game?
No, it's not out yet. We kickstarted it last year.
So it should be done.
So if you backed it, thanks for backing.
Thanks for
I don't know
backing.
which camera to look at.
That one. Now look at that one, the red light. You're fine.
Hey!
Thank you.
Thanks for backing if you backed it.
Now you can look wherever you... Oh, now that was good.
Yeah.
Now you get a treat. There's your water.
But yeah, it's like a tactical strategy game.
Yeah.
Kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics meets XCOM.
Oh, okay.
And our twist is that like your characters get old and die.
Sounds like a great time.
And then
I'm
you
glad
need
I
to-
invested in learning these characters and learning them.
Yeah. And then you need to like marry them together and they have children and then the children grow up to be like your heroes in the next generation. It's cool.
Okay, cool. All right, so news you care about, the biggest news stories of the week. We talk about them here. Up, number one, there's a rumor, Nick Scarpino, that Han Solo's fat foot is going to delay Star Wars. You know how Harrison Ford, he hurt himself.
Yeah,
filming
well,
this.
they thought it was his ankle at first, and then it came out that his publicist said it was actually his leg. Evidently, the Millennium...
So it's just getting worse.
It's growing up to his groin, and once it gets to the groin,
the
it's
groin,
done.
that's game over.
He's breaking upwards.
I guess wherever they're filming, no one knows how to diagnose the foot or groin.
Well, I think they wanted to kind of... I think the news broke before they had a chance to get their head wrapped around it, but apparently it is his leg, it's broken. And so they're speculating what that might do to the actual, the next iteration of the
I would
the
just
franchise.
write it into there.
Or
like, on the wall behind him, it's like, that's
you
it.
work around it because this is a movie series about photoshopping puppets in a space. So maybe you work with a broken foot.
Yeah, I
you
feel like that.
idiots.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Green screen it. It's not that hard. Give him a real man's leg.
We don't want that anymore. That's the whole thing. We hated the prequels because they were too much green screen. You can't say put green screen on top of it.
Greg, spoilers, they're going to have to fake some of this.
But I want
Not
the
all of it's
models and
gonna
the
be real.
practical
I
effects.
think when somebody breaks their lower leg, I guess, and then they have one of those weird scooters where they put their knee on the padded thing. So imagine like the Star Wars version of that, right?
It's
where
an
like
R2-D2.
Oh, yeah, it would be like
It's a little knee droid.
like a hovering R2-D2 that Han Solo has to put his knee on, and then they
Or it
just
can be
kinda
like Luke Skywalker's car, but a small version
Yes,
of it.
one of
for
those
just
like
his
land
knee.
speeder things.
Yeah, I could get into that.
See, rewrites, bitch.
Yeah.
They're free.
Well, see, so
Super
that's what
simple.
everyone's
On the
worried about,
house,
right?
take 'em.
Everyone's saying now that maybe they have to do these massive rewrites, which is all just speculation and rumors, but they're worried that it's going to push the film back farther than its December, 2015 date, which...
18th.
Is it
Get in line now.
December
December
18th?
18th, 2015.
I don't know anything
or
about
not,
making
or
movies,
don't get in
but
line
that
just
sounds,
yet.
That's
that
what I
sounds
wanna
really
talk about.
soon. That sounds really soon to me.
We
I
all
don't
know. We all know JJ watches Up at Noon. So
does.
we're going to do a vote right
Huge
now.
fan.
A vote right now.
Yeah.
If you want it a rewrite or delayed. I want them to delay.
Me too.
So that's 2 for delay. What do you want?
But I still want them to have the hover leg thing.
If you rewrite, you got to hit December 18th.
yeah,
delay.
exactly.
Delay.
Yeah, delay. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want?
See, I just want there to be a good movie, honestly. I was...
So a
this
rewrite
was,
and a delay.
I want him to make a good movie. I mean, supposedly Han Solo is the main character of this, so he's got to be able to move, I assume, right? So I guess I'll do the delay. I'll go with delay.
Good. Luckily, there's only about 30,000 other Star Wars movies in production right now.
That's very true.
Get them on. Next, time for another Turtle Talk.
Oh, man.
There's the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer.
Yeah, it's great.
It looks like garbage.
What?
It looks so bad.
I couldn't believe it was real.
Yeah, right?
I thought the first one that came out was like an elaborate hoax.
Yeah.
Where we're like, oh, that's like a bunch of VFX guys got together and they like cut this.
They had 2 different shots of Shredders
They
going.
like-
"Yeah,"
they like
having
somehow,
knives
like-
for doing
How was it
something.
again?
Okay, when the dubstep gets in there, you're like,
Yes.
all right, there's
Well,
a time machine that brought me back 3 years ago. In the
So I feel like there were 2
That was
people
bad.
in an editing bay somewhere, and they had like a metal song and a dubstep song,
Yep.
and the metal song just lost.
Yeah.
Like they flipped
Oh,
the
yeah.
coin and they were like, let's go dubstep on this.
Everybody's mad. They're like, Michael Bay. Tell me, somebody in the room, tell me who directed the original Ninja Turtles movie. Fucking nobody knows. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Hey, Ace reporter April O'Neil, please go out and photography with your iPhone.
That's stupid.
What
All right,
the
that's
hell?
stupid.
Give her a Jimmy Olsen. Somebody to roll with her. And if she's still like cable news, how about just a
Yeah, but
cameraman?
she weighs like 90 pounds. She can't carry a camera that heavy.
She's going out on her own.
She also
right?
can't act.
Well,
She doesn't have to act. She's really pretty.
the actual design of the turtles, I feel like it just kind of creeps me out a little
Yeah,
bit.
they don't look good.
It like they just look creepy.
They're supposed to. They're sewer monsters. They live in the toilet.
But they took it.
They were a scientific anomaly. They were created from a man that dumped sewage into a sewer system.
But like
It ended up on animals that are gross to begin with.
So
And
the
then they
original
grew up
comics-
and became teenagers that eat pizza. If they're supposed to be disgusting, they're not supposed to be hot. Oh, I want to kiss them. They're so beautiful.
They did have a little bit more.
I don't need to make out with them, but I feel like they've taken that thing.
Well, they
as
do
like-
have great lips now.
It's like a kid's. Oh, they do have great lips.
great
don't
lips.
they? Just really
and man
articulate.
noses, which is
Yeah,
important.
but like I mean, it's like decidedly like a kid's property now, right? It's like you don't want them
now,
to be like.
it always has been.
Final piece of news of the week comes from the video game world. It says Call of Duty was almost in Vietnam. Of course, we now know Sledgehammer's doing this Advanced Warfare one with futuristic tech robots, but it was almost really dark in beheadings and in Vietnam.
I feel like they were like, all right, we're up. Call of Duty time. Let's do this. What do we got to do? All right, let's base it on a war. Okay, so that one's taking this one. Oh, Vietnam War. That's cool. Let's do that. So what happened during the... Oh, no.
Oh, it was a total
That's a bad
quagmire
thing.
that we never had a shot. Yeah.
Look what this guy just drew.
Yeah, we're out.
Yeah, no, that is
we gotta
not the
change-
kind of imagery we want
We
to
gotta,
associate
gotta
with the
change
game.
this because
Yeah.
you don't want to.
It's an interesting leap.
It's hard.
I mean, would it have been that bad, right? I mean, it's still all about the multiplayer. At the end of the day, who cares? Like, what does it matter?
That would have done it for you, the jungle multiplayer?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's cooler now, and I'm not gonna lie, everyone's really excited about it. But I mean, does it really matter what war it's set in?
Sure.
At the end of the day,
And I feel like, I mean, Black Ops, I mean, that's the thing. For me, it's all about the multiplayer. Totally agree. Like, so I feel like Black Ops 1 or 2 or something, I felt like kind of had some Vietnam.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
maps.
wasn't
like,
there one kind of set
did
that
we
time
do-
period?
did
I
we
remember
kinda
playing
do
for a
that?
half
I don't
hour
know.
before I
the 60s
before I
instead of
started.
70s.
I think it'll be fine.
Just
Okay.
put some,
They'll
just
be
put some
fine.
Kevin Spacey in there.
Yeah, exactly.
instead.
Kevin Spacey
And
was
mech
the safe
suits.
place. They're probably like,
Sure.
can Kevin Spacey play LBJ? And they brought him in like, we just want you to be the futuristic
Yeah, what if
president.
Sure.
Same thing.
Sounds good.
All right. Nick, Brian, Brad, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You got to
Hey.
come back when your game comes out.
I totally will do that. It should be done this year.
That sounded confident.
I was thinking about
Vietnam, maybe?
Yeah,
Should be done this
should
year?
be done this year.
All right. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to Nate Fox, we have some bad news that we need to talk about, and we need your help. Dave Fennoy is no longer the voice of Hulu.
Rubbish.
As you know, Up at Noon loves a good Twitter campaign, so we need to let Hulu know we're not all about this. So everyone needs to tweet, hey, comma, at Hulu. This is going to come up on the screen, I guess. I shouldn't even put out the commas. Hey, at Hulu. I miss at Dave Fennoy as your voice. Hashtag Up at Noon. We'll see if we can get some kind of response from them for Dave. Of course, Brian, you know our Twitter campaigns well. Number one, we asked for Borderlands on Vita. We got it. Congratulations and or sorry. 2, we wanted David Hayter back in Metal Gear. That did not work. We didn't get that one. 3, we tried to get Dave Fennoy as Ezekiel on the Walking Dead TV show. Ezekiel hasn't shown up on the Walking Dead TV show,
So we're winning that one,
That's
right?
Yeah.
that's pending.
Yeah, but that's like signs point to yes, right?
Yeah, of course.
What if that would have happened, and then his Hulu contract deal were like to preclude him from doing that, and then he came and got really pissed at us? Getting the job back. Where he's like, you guys just tanked my TV career.
No, I don't think so.
You harassed my old boss.
Everybody tweet out some love for Dave Fennoy. We love him a lot. Speaking of loving these a lot, Greg Way, I've always loved Infamous, so I'm pretty stoked about this new DLC, First Light. Here to tell me all about it is none other than Sucker Punch's Nate Fox. Nate Fox, you're back. Your second Up at Noon appearance. We've been friends our entire lives, at least since you started making Infamous.
It's smarts, yeah.
Yeah, now you're coming out with this Infamous First Light.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lone Clapper.
You just revealed that at E3.
2 clappers.
Just revealed that at E3. The clappers are continuing to clap too. Just revealed it at E3. You play as Fetch this time around.
Yeah. Thank you. No, that role is still being played by Laura Bailey.
No, yeah. I'm aware that you don't play Fetch. I meant when you pick up the controller to play the game, you play as the character Fetch.
Absolutely accurate. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
no.
all right. There. Now we're on the same
Yeah.
page.
No. Yeah. You get to be Fetch. You get to see her kind of origin story of how she goes from this kind of normal person to this nutter.
Why did you point at the one person laughing at you for you?
I thought that was the mark of the insane.
All right. Well, that's true.
You want to be the nutter, right? You don't want to be
been the nutter my whole
the
life.
everyday person. I mean, it's a superhero story.
Right.
You want to be exceptional.
You want to be a conduit.
Yeah. You want to discover these crazy powers and then use them for a story of revenge.
So the trailer makes it look like I already know what's happening in this whole thing. We're getting Fetch's backstory.
Yep.
Her, everything happens with her boy there. She goes a little wonky.
Yep.
Then she goes out for this revenge. Is that
You
it?
think you know what happened.
Yeah, but I have
But
no
you don't
idea.
know the whole story.
This is the Diary of Fetch.
There's a lot of details and there's some twists. Mm-hmm. But she has kind of a dark and interesting history that we thought would be a good place to explore, because it's more interesting, in my opinion, if it kind of comes from a personal place.
Sure.
So we did that, but then we knew that guys like yourself who had written down everything that happened in the Infamous games inside of your dream journal would know what was going down. So we had to add a lot of extra stuff.
I know Chowder's involved for sure.
Yeah,
Chowder
man,
is a
you
big
did
part of
pay
her story.
attention. Yeah,
I like the
She
Infamous
loves-
games. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Chowder.
So what's interesting about Infamous First Light is that it's in the same vein as Festival of Blood was, where it's a download all by itself. If you don't own Second Son, you can still download this game and play it.
That's true. So this game is its own self-contained story. You don't need Second Son to play it. However, if you do have a copy of Second Son, there's some exclusive content for you. But yeah, it's a standalone product.
What's the exclusive content?
It's a secret.
God damn it! Why do you even tease me with it then?
Because I'm teasing you.
I don't like it. I get teased enough.
I don't believe
The
it.
whole E3 was being teased.
Cute.
So, was it a tough choice to go this way? I mean, you could have told more Delson stories. I mean, you could have filled in different gaps. You could have picked up right after the credits.
No, it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because, all right, for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, Fetch was cool. We saw that a lot of people liked her looking at comments afterwards, and so we thought, oh, great. This is a kind of direct way just to make a compact story with a beginning, middle, and end with a character that people know about. And also, Fetch has her own powers and abilities. So even though she can draw neon like Delson does, she doesn't use it the same way. So you get a fresh play experience. To us, it seemed like just a great fit for this story.
How much of the world do we get to explore? Is it as big? I mean, is it the entire map? Is it a different place?
So you get to cruise around Seattle from a couple years ago when Fetch was homeless on the streets there, and you also get to go to the prison of Curtin Cay, which is up on this snowy mountain. Do you know Curtin Cay?
No, but I saw the thing with her hands bound.
So Curtin Cay is the place where they send anyone with superpowers to live out the rest of their days.
Oh, is this
So it
where
is
they were
prison
going?
for superheroes.
This isn't in reality, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is this where the conduit truck was going when it flipped over outside of Delson's?
This is where it's coming from. But tell me this.
Yeah,
you don't want to
here.
go to a prison filled with people with superpowers?
Sure.
You don't want to see what that's like?
Yeah, it's like Arkham. You're just ripping off Batman stories. I mean, I've been there in the best MMO
I
of
didn't
all
think
time
you would put
called
that
DC
together.
Universe Online. So.
Yeah.
Now, Fetch is played by Laura Bailey,
Yeah.
who is married to Travis Willingham,
Indeed.
who is Reggie in the game. Who's
In
best,
Second Son.
Yes. Well, yeah. What-
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
I just
anyways.
love the Second Son. I like to say
You
it
just
out
like
loud.
to toss it out there.
Yeah.
You just want to get the trademark. You get a nickel every time somebody says it? Is that
Second Son.
married to Reggie, who is best friends with Troy, who played Delson, who in the game had a relationship with Laura. Or
True.
Fetch.
That's true. Yeah.
And so, like, when they have a scene where they smooch a bit.
Yeah. So that was some stunt scheduling by our producer part. So we had the scene where Laura is kind of making out with Troy, and Travis. We made sure that he was on set while we did that, just to watch him squirm and kind of gnash his teeth.
Yeah.
And he just kind of gripped onto my forearm with this NFL strength.
Yeah.
And I learned my lesson.
So, how soon after you wrap Second Son, There you go, nickel for you.
Thank you.
Do you start working on First Light? Are they happening at the same time? Is this something you knew you kind of wanted to fool around with?
We took a little bit of a break, but you get done with the game and you know finally how to make the damn game. It took you the entire time to get there, and so then when you're making these kind of sort of shorter stories, it's great because you know how to use the tools, you know, like the characters, like we know Fetch. Everybody's good at their job, so you can just go right into making content.
Okay.
It's actually really fun.
Now, do you feel like, is this something you'd want to keep? I'm not fishing here. Is this something you'd want to keep doing? Because there's other conduits, obviously, that are in the story that we get to meet but don't get to, play as. Would you want to keep doing this, or do you want to get to work on the next project that you guys are working on?
Who knows? I mean, if people love First Light, we'll, maybe make more. Like I said, we listen to people, but we just really concentrate on one game at a time. We're kind of just...
Are you prepared for no one to buy this game or care about this game because it stars a female protagonist?
I think people are excited that it's got a female protagonist.
That's right, they are.
I mean, there's a woman right in front of me who went like this with her arms.
There she is.
I'll be honest, we did not make the game with a female lead thinking, all right, finally, let's get some more ladies in there. We just thought she was really cool.
Yeah.
But then, looking around, it kind of dawns on you that it's crazy how few women there are in video games.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Is it just that, it's always been this one way for so long, people think of a story, they think of a hero, they think of a man, they get going in their game?
I don't know that I really know. Certainly, I think the popular conceit is that all video gamers are dudes, which is totally wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Because we got a girl here, and there's one over there too.
Yeah.
And one up there.
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
Multiplying!
3 in one room.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I think it's just a holdover from having mainly dudes making video games, identifying with dudes, doing dude stuff in games.
Do you see that wall falling down? I know that was one of the, themes I saw on my Twitter feed during the conferences for E3, that people would be like, all right, another male presenter's coming out. All right, it's another game starring a guy, stuff like that. Like, are you seeing, I think, we talk about Fetch, you talk about Gone Home, you talk about these other games that have Tomb Raider, right? Strong female characters.
Yeah.
Of course, FemShep. The list goes on that there are these, obviously.
Well, the list doesn't go on, right? Like you said, Tomb Raider. FemShep.
I didn't say it like that.
No, but I'm just saying that's like saying, successful video games, Angry Birds. Like you're going to this very short list of games that actually feature female protagonists, and it should not be that easy to enumerate almost all of them. The only one you really missed was Blood Rain.
I don't think anybody misses Blood Rain. I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, I'm just. There should be more.
You're a good man.
I'm gonna blush.
When does First Light come out?
August 2014.
Oh, wow, there you go. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
My pleasure, man.
Thanks to Brad Meir, Brian Altano, Nick Scarpino, Nate Fox, and you, my audience. If you want to be in that audience, go.ign.com/up@noon for details. As always, I'll be responding to comments the first hour this video is live, so come tell me your favorite thing about Fetch. Mine is the fact that she only eats chowder. That is weird, am I right? Because she wouldn't be able to live on just chowder. Okay. Well, we'll be back next Monday at noon, but until then, I'm going back to bed. Tweet about Dave Fennoy, for real.